Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, welcome to back my channel. My name is Annisa Nurul Huda and you can call me Annisa or Nisa. I'm from Manajemen Class B and in this video I will discuss business ethics materials. Let's check it out.
Business ethics less boring than it sounds. Right, let's talk about business ethics. See, in today's business world, success isn't just about having a catchy jingle or a product that doesn't burst into flames upon first use. It's also about running your business ethically. Business ethics. So what is it then? Let's define business ethics, shall we? Because it's more than just a couple of buzzwords companies throw around in their annual reports. We're talking about a whole set of moral principles that should guide how a business operates. Think of it as the ethical rulebook for grown-ups. It's about doing the right thing even when no one's watching, and especially when it cuts into your profit margins. Business ethics aren't just about following the law, though that's a pretty good place to start. It's about going above and beyond that bare minimum. Basically, it's about not being a terrible human being while simultaneously trying to make a profit. The principles more than just suggestions. All right, so we want to run an ethical business, great. But how do we actually do that? Well, thankfully, much like assembling furniture from IKEA, there's a set of instructions. First up, honesty. Don't lie to your customers, your employees, or your investors. Next, fairness. Pay your workers a living wage, don't steal ideas, and for goodness sake, don't use child labor. Then there's responsibility. Own up to your mistakes, don't blame the intern, and try to fix the problem. And let's not forget about our dear friend transparency. Be open about your practices, your supply chains, and your environmental impact. Chapter 3, The Perks of Not Being a Jerk. Benefits of Ethical Business. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds lovely and virtuous, but what's in it for me? Well, cynical viewer, turns out there are actual benefits to running an ethical business. First off, you build trust with your customers. Trust translates to loyalty, repeat business, and glowing online reviews. Secondly, treating your employees well leads to higher morale, better productivity, and lower turnover rates. Ethical businesses are less likely to run into legal problems. When you're not actively trying to skirt the law or screw people over, you're less likely to end up in court. And finally, running an ethical business can actually boost your profits. Consumers are increasingly choosing to support companies that align with their values. So being ethical is not just good for the soul, it's good for the bottom line. Chapter 4, Real-World Ethics, Not an Oxymoron. Okay, enough with the theory. Let's look at some real-world examples of business ethics in action. First up, we have companies that refuse to mislead their customers. They're upfront about their products, their pricing, and their environmental impact. Then there are companies that treat their employees like human beings, not cogs in a machine. They offer fair wages, decent benefits, and opportunities for growth. And let's not forget about the companies that are actively trying to make the world a better place. These companies are proving that you can be successful while also doing good. Chapter 5, Ethics Roadblocks. The challenges ahead. Now, before you get too optimistic and start thinking we're on the verge of a corporate utopia, let's get real. Implementing business ethics is hard work, and there are plenty of challenges along the way. First, there's the constant pressure to increase profits. It takes guts to stand up and say no to a shady deal, even when it means potentially sacrificing short-term gains. Then there's the cutthroat world of competition. When everyone else is cutting corners and bending the rules, it can be tempting to do the same just to stay afloat. And finally, there's the issue of corporate culture. It takes a top-down approach, starting with leadership that walks the walk and doesn't just talk the talk. Outro ethics. Good for business, good for everyone. So there you have it, a crash course in business ethics. Because the way businesses operate affects all of us, from the products we buy, to the jobs we have, to the air we breathe. Remember, ethical business practices not only build trust and reputation, but also ensure long-term success. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of business ethics.